Hello and welcome to another CLO tutorial. In this video I'm going to show you how to use gizmos in CLO, and I'm also explaining the different kinds of gizmos you can use. So first of all, it's important to notice that the difference between arrangement points and a gizmo is that a gizmo allows you to organize pattern pieces that don't fit the arrangement point. So to optimally adjust your pattern pieces, it is best to use your gizmo. We're starting off in the 3D window right here. You have your avatar and your garments ready, and it's important that the simulation button is turned off. So in order to see your gizmo, you want to click on any pattern piece that you have. In my case, I'm clicking on this back part of the top right here, and you see your gizmo appearing. You notice that you have 3 different arrows, a green, a red, and a blue one, and as well 3 different circles, a blue, a red, and a green one. And you as well have this yellow square. I'm starting off by explaining how you can move your pattern pieces with these arrows. Next up, I'm explaining how you can rotate your pattern piece with the circles and how you can move your pattern piece with the yellow square. Starting off by taking this green arrow right here, you click and select and drag your pattern piece up and down along the y-axis in a vertical movement. By selecting this red arrow, you can move your pattern piece to the left, to the right, in a horizontal movement along the x-axis. If you select the blue arrow, you can move your pattern piece forward or backwards along the z-axis. Continuing with the circles, if you take the green circle, you can rotate your pattern piece centered on the vertical line to the left or to the right. If you choose the red circle, you can rotate your pattern piece up or down, centered on the horizontal line. And the last one, this blue circle, if you select this one, your pattern piece will rotate around the central point as the axis. Now you can put your central point on any place of the pattern. It is based on where you click on the pattern. If you click more on the left top corner, your central point will be right there, or on any other place, and your pattern piece will circle around it. Now the last thing to explain would be this yellow square right here. If you select this one, you can move your pattern piece freely in the 3D space in horizontal and vertical directions. Just like this. So now that you know how to work with a gizmo in CLO, I'm going to be showing you 2 different ways on how you can select the different gizmo options that you have in CLO. So one way to do it would be going in the 3D window, clicking right on your mouse. Then this window will appear. You go down to Gizmo, and by hovering over Gizmo, the other gizmo options will appear. So right now we have screen coordinate gizmo selected, but there is also the local coordinate gizmo and the world coordinate gizmo. The second way to be able to see the other gizmo options would be by going to the top of the CLO interface, selecting Preferences, hovering over Gizmo again, and there you have your other gizmo options, screen, local, and world coordinate. So I'm starting with explaining the screen coordinate gizmo. To be able to select the screen coordinate gizmo, you want to click again in the 3D window, right-click on your mouse, go to Gizmo, and select Screen Coordinates. You can then click on any pattern piece. And now it's important to notice that the screen coordinate gizmo is based on the camera axis. So by changing the camera view, you're also changing the gizmo axis. And your selected object moves along with the camera axis. So if you hold your right mouse key pressed and turn around the avatar, you see that the gizmo will change as well. If you move your pattern piece, you can see that the gizmo axis is changing according to the camera perspective. Now I would recommend when using the screen coordinate gizmo for adjusting your pattern pieces, to also use the keyboard shortcuts 2 for front view, 4 and 6 for side views, 8 for the back view, and 5 for the bird view, because then you can optimally adjust your pattern piece the way you need it, just like this. Next, we have the local coordinate gizmo. You go to your 3D window again and select local coordinate, and then click on your pattern piece. So the local coordinate gizmo axis is based on following the native direction of an object. The local coordinate gizmo is mainly usable when designing poses from the avatar's X-ray joint points. So the best way to see how the local coordinate gizmo works is by going to the 3D toggle bar, going to Avatar Display, and then selecting Show X-ray Joints. The shortcut would be Shift-X. Your avatar will appear then in this way. And if you click, for example, at the joint point right here on the arm, you can change the direction of your arm in any way you want to. So when changing the camera perspective, you notice that this time the gizmo will stay the same because it's now following the native direction of the joint point that I just clicked on. Now the last gizmo option is the world coordinate gizmo. The world coordinate gizmo is based on 3D space regardless of screens or objects. To select it, you click on 3D window again, gizmo, and select world coordinate. Now for this one it's best to use the shortcut 5 on your keyboard to be in the bird's view. Select your pattern piece, and now you can compare the gizmo axis of your arrows with these dark gray lines on the bottom. Because as I said before, now the gizmo axis is based on 3D space. So you have your Z-axis, you have your X-axis, and you have your Y-axis. So in conclusion, the differences between the screen coordinate gizmo, the local coordinate gizmo, and the world coordinate gizmo is that 1. The screen coordinate gizmo has a selected object that moves along with the camera axis. The local coordinate gizmo has a selected object that moves to the native direction of an object. And the world coordinate gizmo has a selected object that moves based on 3D space regardless of screens or objects. Have fun with trying out the different gizmo options, and thank you so much for watching.